Hello, welcome to this PPR econ video on inflation. So start off please and define inflation for me. Okay, so hopefully you've got that inflation is the sustained or persistent increase in the general price level over a specific period of time. How do we measure inflation, and can you define what that measure is as well, please? Okay, so hopefully you've got that we use CPI to calculate inflation, and CPI measures the percentage change of a weighted basket of goods and services the average household consumes over a specific period of time. See if you can define disinflation. So disinflation is a fall in the rate of inflation. So prices are still rising, but they're rising at a falling rate. And we've also got a concept called noflation. And noflation is whenever the inflation rate is at 0%. Okay, we've also got a few causes of inflation. We've got 3 in fact. So see if you can identify all 3 and give a brief explanation for each one, please. Okay, so hopefully you've got demand pull inflation, which looks like that. It's whenever AD shifts outwards, and it is caused by excess demand in the economy, which leads to too much money chasing too few goods, which incentivizes firms, therefore, to put their prices up. We've also got cost push inflation, and that's caused by an increase in firms' cost of production. So the SRAS shifts inwards, and because that squeezes profit margins, that means firms pass the burden of them costs onto consumers in the form of higher prices. And the last one you should have got was the quantity theory of money, which is based on the Fisher equation of MV equals PT, which is the idea that if the velocity of circulation and transactions within the economy are constant, any increase in the money supply will correspond to an increase in the price level. So that's a monetarist view of inflation. So now see if you can identify any issues there are with having high rates of inflation and why the government therefore want to try and control it. So there's a few issues: inequality, falling real incomes. Make sure you understand the impact it has on interest rates, the cost of borrowing, menu costs, shoe leather costs. Because of all these issues with high rates of inflation, the government's target for inflation, remember, is 2%. Okay. Now, in regards to that target being low and stable, what are the advantages of controlling inflation then? So there's a few benefits of controlling inflation. It moderates growth. It helps wages adjust. It helps people be confident about the future if prices are sustained as well. Now please try and define inflation. So hopefully you've got that deflation is a persistent fall in the general price level, and that's whenever the rate of inflation turns negative, which we want to avoid. There's 2 types of deflation, so see if you can now identify the 2 types. So we've got malevolent deflation, which is bad deflation, which is caused by falling AD within the economy, and we've also got benign deflation, which is good deflation, which is caused by improvements in the supply side of the economy, so improvements in technology and productivity. There are a few consequences, particularly for malevolent deflation, that we want to avoid. So see if you can identify any consequences. Start off with the negative ones for deflation, please. Big one is consumption postponement. So people delay their spending because they know prices are going to fall. You've also got the impact upon wages and unemployment, which are driven down, and unemployment driven up as businesses make less money, as people spend less and their revenues fall. Debts and the impact it has on real interest rates as well. It pushes them up. Now see if you can identify any positives of deflation. So our 2 positives are that it improves international competitiveness, as obviously our price level being lower helps exporters compete, and also this idea of joyflation, which is the benefits to consumers of lower prices, so the real income sort of increase. Okay, so that was everything inflation and deflation. Please have a go at answering all the questions again if you didn't get them all right. Thank you.